to address a situation that has been ongoing for quite some time now.
Christine, who I know has tried to grab onto 15 minutes of fame, apparently she'll take anything she can get. And we were never best friends. I don't know where the hell that came from.
I used to be part of a popular YouTube channel that grew exponentially over the years. However, there have been public statements made that I had no involvement in the channel's growth, that I abused my access and stole groups, that my current endeavors are failing. These things and others I want to address. First and foremost, I want to emphasize that this video falls under fair use guidelines. I will be discussing the facts and presenting evidence to support my involvement in the growth of the channel. Anything I talk about will be related to something I have personal knowledge of. The records I produce are my own business records that I legally own and have every right to disseminate. This video is intended for informational purposes and to provide clarity to those who have been misled by false claims. To verify aspects of my involvement, I'll be referring to Social Blade Analytics. Social Blade is a reputable platform that provides data and insights into the performance of YouTube channels. It tracks subscribers, views, and other relevant metrics. These charts clearly demonstrate the correlation between my efforts and the channel's success. I'm not trying to take away from the creator's involvement, what that did to impact the growth of the channel as well, because it was part of it. We were a team that included not just us, but our group of admins and mods. It was a group collaborative effort. But to state that I had nothing to do with it is false. I will be sharing a visual that I will make public. I will provide explanations and context to ensure understanding of what is on the screen. It's essential to approach this with an open mind and rely on evidence rather than personal biases you hear. And if you have questions or want to read more, you are welcome to do that, as this will be available to you. Some of you may recall during my time with the channel, I was actively engaged in various aspects of its management. But for the most part, I think the majority of you won't remember my involvement at all. I was kept largely in the background, and that was fine with me. From designing the channel's aesthetics, promoting it through strategic means, managing advertisements, and handling essential business tasks, my contributions were extensive. I want to reiterate that the purpose of this video is not to create any more drama or fuel any animosity. Instead, it's about sharing the truth, clarifying misconceptions, and fostering a more respectful and honest atmosphere within this YouTube community. It's disheartening when your contributions are undermined or dismissed. We should celebrate the efforts of those who have contributed to our channels and success rather than diminishing their contributions for personal reasons. It has been hurtful to witness the denial of not only my involvement in the channel's growth, but also the dismissal of our friendship. The impact of these statements goes beyond mere disagreement. It undermines the very essence of the community we built. It diminishes the meaningful moments, the laughter that fueled the achievements. All of us. At that time, the group of admins was small, but we were close. I'm still friends today with many of them, and she is not. It is a painful reminder to all of us that sometimes people choose to rewrite history for their own convenience or personal reason. Our friendship began on Reddit, where I was a moderator for a lot of the larger subreddits involving true crime. I was a moderator for Watts Murders subreddit. Initially, our conversations revolved around the case. We discussed the latest developments, theories, and research. It didn't take long to extend beyond the case discussions. We began to talk about our personal lives and our families and various aspects of just day-to-day experiences. And at the time, I was going through a really hard personal tragedy, and I was looking for relief from being inside my head, and I found it in graphic design. In May 2020, the original partner was removed from True Crime in Colorado. Vanessa was in charge. Knowing my passion for design, she reached out to me, mentioning that she had yet to find someone who truly understood her vision. She asked if I would be interested in taking on the challenge, and I happily accepted and presented her with a logo that captured her vision. She told me it was as if I could see inside her brain, something she repeated on numerous occasions. And from that point forward, I took on various branding and marketing responsibilities, including creating intros and coordinating other promotional efforts. Recognizing the challenges ahead, we undertook a comprehensive brand redesign, ensuring that the channel reflected its new direction and vision. I played a pivotal role in reshaping the channel's aesthetics, refining its message, optimizing its overall appeal. This transition marked the beginning of my involvement with the channel on a more extensive business level. I used to also help produce live streams and do the comments for her on the screen. And I used the unmasked YouTube profile as often as she did. Nobody could tell whether it was her or I. I connected her with other YouTubers, insiders of some cases we were working on. I even played a role in finding her the first attorney she consulted with in Colorado regarding the infamous NDAs. I built her a website, designed the merchandise, set up an online store to sell that merchandise, and I did it happily because I loved what I was doing. Although my involvement became less intensive when I accepted a full-time job with an irresistible offer in late November 2020, I remained on board through December, and afterwards I was still around as a dedicated contributor. I continued to change out banners seasonally and graphics for multiple Facebook groups and the YouTube channel. Our conversations via text remained a constant, sometimes lengthy, sometimes brief. I considered her to be one of my closest and dearest friends. I did consider her to be one of my best friends, and she has since gone on to say that she did not feel the same, but it wasn't reflected in her actions then. We were all very close. Looking back on our friendship now brings a mix of emotions. To be denied not only my contributions, but also the existence of our profound friendship is deeply hurtful. In February 2021, Vanessa informed me she needed a new business manager to assist with channel management and alleviate the workload, as she expressed the need to focus more on content creation and that she was overwhelmed at the time. And I thought it was a good idea. However, the choice of the individual was someone I had reservations about due to his behavior in live chats, which I found distasteful. And although I never cared for this person, our paths rarely crossed on the channel. And it became apparent to me that they were more than friends, as he would make suggestive remarks during the chats, which I would actively moderate by timing him out. Vanessa confirmed it when I asked why he persisted. His forward and not overly friendly demeanor was slightly annoying. I paid him little attention. However, in May 2021, an incident occurred involving him and another creator. He sent texts to her while declaring himself as the business manager of Unmasked and doing it with the blessing of the channel. The incident created a negative perception, and the other creator accused Unmasked Vanessa of buying subscribers. This accusation offended me, as I worked really hard to help her build up the subscribers organically. In response to the situation, I left a comment on that video clarifying and stating it was a combined effort and the channel grew organically. I shared screenshots of that comment with her, and she created a group chat with James and me where he requested I delete the comment, which I did. Following that interaction in July, he approached me in the same group chat, inquiring about how to set up their ads and asking if I would be interested in taking on that responsibility again. I agreed it might be possible to do so, but that was the last I ever heard from him about it, and the last time we actually spoke at all, I believe. Vanessa began seeking my assistance in fixing disastrous ads that were misconfigured in terms of objectives and target audiences. They just didn't know what they were doing. In July, the channel's growth saw a significant increase once again, and currently another associate of her channel, Teresa, started doing lives on her own, and she called it True Crime with Tea. This, combined with the ads being run correctly once again and people's love for Unmasked, all contributed to the increased growth witnessed during that phase of 2021. Another thing I want to emphasize is that for the majority of my involvement, I was not what would typically be classified as an editor. My primary roles were of a marketing coordinator and content creator, responsible for producing original content such as intros, banners, and other creative elements that contributed to the channel's branding and visual appeal, and delivering that content to the widest available audience. To address the difference between the roles, let's clarify each one. Business manager typically handles strategic aspects of running a channel, including overseeing finances, collaborations, and overall business operations. They may also be involved in negotiating deals, managing sponsorships, and optimizing revenue streams. An editor is responsible for post-production process of videos, including selecting and arranging footage, adding transitions, special effects, and ensuring the final product meets desired quality standards. They work closely with the content creator to bring the vision to life. A content creator generates original ideas and produces engaging and compelling content for the channel. They may be experienced in script writing, research, creating visual elements to enhance the overall viewer experience. Making the intros for her channel falls into this category. A marketing coordinator focuses on promoting the channel and its content through various channels such as social media, advertisements, collaborations, and community engagement. They analyze data and implement strategies to optimize reach, visibility, and audience engagement. While I did assist her in some aspects of editing due to the circumstances, it does not accurately categorize me as a former part-time editor, as my contributions encompassed a much broader range of responsibilities. Time to discuss the analytics. When I joined the channel in May 2020, it had approximately 21,200 subscribers. By June 1st, 2020, the subscriber count had increased to 23,800 subscribers. The growth continued, and on July 1st, 2020, the channel reached 31,100 subscribers. August 1st, 2020 saw a further increase. The subscriber count was reaching 39,000. As we moved forward, September 1st, 2020, the channel had accumulated 42,500 subscribers. By October 1st, 2020, that number had grown to 54,600 subscribers. The upward trajectory continued, and on November 1st, 2020, the channel hit a significant 69,200 subscribers. Finally, by November 30th, 2020, the subscriber count soared to 85,900 subscribers. I do want to mention right here that this is when the Netflix documentary of Chris Watts came out, and that saw a jump in the subscriber counts and members on YouTube. At that time, we were consistently gaining anywhere between 200 to 500 subscribers per day, showcasing the remarkable growth achieved from May to November 2020. However, a noticeable shift occurred in January of 2021. The average daily subscriber count significantly dropped to between 20 and 100 subscribers per day. This decline continued until Teresa started doing True Crime with T and I began assisting with the ad. As a result, the average daily subscribers bounced back, reaching an average of 320 subscribers per day. Nevertheless, after October and when the real turmoil began for her within the team she had assembled, the average daily subscriber count dipped again, settling around 33 average daily subscribers. Now let's touch on the review that she left me. It was posted publicly, which has a significant impact on my business and reputation. The review contains misleading information and presents a distorted view of our working relationship. This is what it says.
I never do these publicly, but Christine's actions were so grossly unethical. I feel like I need to warn anyone else that could possibly do business with this woman. I used Christine for the rebrand of my true crime channel. Everything was fairly good at first, but after I recently hired her to change some seasonal graphics and to do a holiday intro, she delivered subpar work which was not worth what I was charged. I ended up having to redo the work myself. Several of my customers expressed their disappointment in the last intro she did as well. Shortly after that, without my knowledge or permission, she abused her access to my brand's page, removed my brand from one of my groups, and rebranded it to a competitor, who she now works for. After assisting someone in stealing my intellectual property, she broke an NDA agreement she had signed and gave that information out with malicious intent. I cannot emphasize enough how appallingly unprofessional and unethical Christine Guttig's actions have been. I would strongly caution anyone who chooses to do business with her. Despite everything she has done, she still uses my brand name to advertise her work on her Facebook page and YouTube channel, despite me requesting that she remove any unmasked references or content. I would never trust her as a person or the quality of her work in the future. Don't let what happened to me, happen to you. Hashtag unmasked, hashtag unmasked true crime, hashtag print ready, hashtag Christina Guttick, hashtag scams, hashtag squack, hashtag unethical, hashtag customer service veil, hashtag theft of intellectual property, hashtag bad service, hashtag Christina Guttick design, hashtag California.
First and foremost, this review contains false information. Throughout our working relationship, Vanessa expressed her satisfaction with my work, including the holiday intro she mentioned in the review. That was a rush on short notice. Furthermore, I want to address Vanessa's claim that I breached an NDA agreement and abused access to her accounts. I want to assure everyone that no privacy breach occurred on my end. I have always maintained strict security to protect the information entrusted by not just her, all my clients. Passwords and usernames were never compromised, and I take security and privacy of my clients' accounts very serious. I responded in a comment to her with a sincere and professional tone, expressing my sadness over her perceived negative experience and offering to discuss any concerns or find a resolution. This is what I said. Dear Vanessa, I am sorry that you feel after the fact that my design work for you was subpar. The negative review is definitely a first for me. All my clients are welcome and encouraged to bring design concerns to me right away. In fact, my jobs and my files are rarely, I'd say never, posted, promoted, played, etc. until the client is completely satisfied with the finished product. As you know, it's part of my process to proof and revise as many times as needed until we get it exactly right. The last intro that you requested from me was, as I recall, a rush job, and I did in fact spend an entire overnight session completing it for you. I do recall that you had asked for an additional change, but since I had squeezed that in as a favor, I was unable to accommodate more design time before your deadline. And at that time, you expressed satisfaction and thanked me for getting it done on short notice. Regarding the breaches of contract and improper usage of your accounts, I want to assure you that no privacy breach was ever made of passwords and usernames, and your accounts were not compromised in any way on my side. I am very careful to keep my devices locked at all times to protect not just yours, but all my clients' information. I take it very seriously. I apologize if you have a negative outlook on our 2 years of a well-working friendship and working relationship, and further sorry it would inspire you to write such a contradictory review from the last one you wrote. Again, if there's any recourse, however, I suspect there may not be, please reach out to me via email so we can discuss it. I cherish the fact that I have many returning satisfied clients, and I'm deeply saddened at this ending. I wish you the very best and hope this can be resolved or remediated in some way. It was shocking to see such a negative review. This review has had a significant impact on me personally, my business, my reputation, and potential clients that may come across it and based on false claims not hire me. She has cost me money. The doxing of my full name is the most unbelievable thing of all. The review is still publicly available, perpetuating a false narrative, and it has potential and probably has harmed my business. Let me elaborate on the circumstances surrounding the fake review and the misrepresentations that have been made. The fake review was a direct result of my decision to provide Lana with 2 screenshots that contradicted Vanessa's statements when filing for a restraining order. It is crucial that you understand my intention was never to harass her or her family or put them in danger. She had expressed to me in those screenshots that she was not afraid of whom she labeled a stalker days before she went and filed for a restraining order. I do not believe it's morally or ethically responsible for anyone to lie in front of a judge. I stand by that decision, and I would do it again. I would also like to address the claim that I stole her Facebook group by rebranding it to an associate. This claim is false. The reality is that the associate in question added me to the group as a member. The group that Teresa had created herself was not Vanessa's group. Vanessa expressed her anger to me regarding Teresa's intention to continue using the True Crime with T name that was previously branded under Unmasked. And in an effort to make Vanessa feel better about it, I talked Teresa into changing the name to Criminality, and I encouraged her to start over fresh and brand new and not have it hanging over her head. I did design her logo for Criminality, and Teresa is the one that rebranded her group under criminality. Later, she did add me as her first admin, and from there, we built the channel, but I'll get to that part soon. In November and December of 2021, Teresa and Vanessa were both my friends, and my focus was not on the drama, and that is not what took my mind away from creating a great intro for her. My concern was for their friendship. There are lots of screenshots in here regarding this, and you will see that I was trying to encourage my friends to cool down and make level-headed decisions, not be rash, and hoping that they could find a resolution. I was concerned about my friends, not about the drama. When Teresa approached me and asked me about doing her branding, offering to pay for my services, I accepted the opportunity and immediately went and informed Vanessa, explaining that I am a professional and would ensure that the design projects remain separate and would not let any aspect suffer or overlap. I assured her that I could maintain neutrality and that this was my career and means of providing for my family. I approached the situation with reason and reassurance, but before Vanessa even responded, she removed all of my admin privileges and kicked me out of the groups. And she responded to me in a confrontational, immature manner. Regardless, it is important to me that Vanessa heard it directly from me, and there was no instances of me abusing any access or engaging in shady business practices. And at that time, we ended things on an amicable note. In fact, our last conversation in that time frame ended with, "I love you and I love you too." And she expressed that she would be excited to see more of my work in the future because she always loved it. And she wished me well. I want to address another aspect of my business and acknowledge my past shortcomings in terms of charging for my services. I reflect on my growth and development, particularly in relation to valuing my work and setting fair rates for myself and my services. I'm going to explore this in a self-critical manner. When I first started doing design work for Vanessa, I had a tendency to undercharge for everything. I had a genuine passion for what I was doing and often found it challenging to assign a monetary value that reflected the true worth of my work. However, over time, I've matured and recognized the importance of fair compensation for the skills and effort I bring to the table. Through my experiences, including my work with Vanessa, I've gained a stronger understanding of setting appropriate rates and expectations for my clients. I want to emphasize that I have included only redacted versions, but all of the invoices I issued to Vanessa. These invoices have been rechecked in my payment accounts to ensure their accuracy and validity. I don't expect anybody to want to look at all of them, but they are all there. Let's break down the totals. The total out of pocket for me for all the Facebook ads that I ran for her was $345.22. The total cost of producing the merchandise that we put on the website, which was stickers, lanyards, masks, and silicone bracelets, was $338.77. The total cost out of my pocket for the website was $259.35, and my invoices would include reimbursements. So the total for all of the paid invoices and reimbursements that I received from Vanessa was $1,140. When you subtract from the total that she paid me, I arrive at a profit of $196.66. As I continue to grow and evolve in my career, I have implemented stronger rates and expectations for my clients, ensuring that my work is valued appropriately. This part of my journey in career improvement has been shaped in part by my experiences working with Unmasked. Following the PPO hearing where Lana presented the screenshots, on March 8th, 2021, Vanessa sent me her first threat, stating that she was turning me into the FBI. This was the beginning of a smear campaign. Shortly after posting the false review, she even approached another creator, Crafton Barnes, asking if she could strike her ex-editor's channel for using a copyrighted intro. It is evident that these actions were driven by blatant retaliation for providing the screenshots. The retaliation extends to the realm of copyright as well. Copyright law grants the creator certain rights and protections over their original works. As the creator of the graphics and intros, I retain the copyright to those works. Vanessa, as the client, has licensed to use these works with my permission. To this day, many of the graphics and intros created by me are still in use on her channel and group pages, despite the negative comments. Vanessa's misunderstanding of copyright and her false claims that I signed away my rights to use my creations for promotional purposes on my Facebook and website are baseless. I take pride in the work I have done, and showcasing those creations in my portfolio and promotional videos was a testament to my dedication. Since her outburst, I have removed that page from my portfolio and edited my promo videos. However, she had no right to demand these actions or strike my videos, as the intellectual property in question was in fact mine. Of course, YouTube recognized the falsehood of Vanessa's claims and restored my video. I want to shed light on what we have been doing with ourselves while they are busy spinning false narratives and expand on the growth of criminality that is often scoffed at. James claims that criminality is a shitty channel growing slowly are entirely false, and showcases ignorance in understanding math and analyzing YouTube analytics. To break it down, criminality's current growth rate was 8.6 last quarter, whereas unmasked growth rate was 7.6 in the same quarter. And based on these growth rates, if we project forward, criminality is estimated to reach 35.9 thousand subscribers at the end of 2 years, surpassing unmasked subscriber count of 21.2 thousand subscribers at the same point in its trajectory, a 69.33% increase over unmasked. Thus, it's evident that criminality is on a great trajectory, and the claims made by James and Vanessa regarding criminality's failure are false. Since leaving Unmasked, Teresa has graduated with a bachelor's degree in criminology, a significant achievement, and we are all so proud of her. And I am currently a full-time college student studying computer science with a specific focus on cybersecurity and information assurance. I have a solid transcript with A's in every class this semester, and I am very proud of that. It's never too late to decide you deserve better. Our dedication to education and personal growth has been a driving force behind our endeavors. Together, along with our team of moderators and admins who are all fiercely loyal friends, we have built criminality. There's quite a lot that I could talk about regarding my experience with Unmasked, but for now, I'm gonna leave it there and just see what happens.